So as I was telling you guys that the whole idea of this video is to help you go and see what we can do or utilize our time instead of getting bored in the at home, and how to cope with stress and anxiety in difficult situations. So what I was telling you guys about, that I wake up every morning very early, sometimes 4:30 in the morning, so that I can do 45 minutes of my Peloton. I am doing a lot of live classes on Peloton, but I also love, there is somebody whose name is called Kendall. I forgot her last name. I think it's Tootle or something like that. But Kendall is just outstanding. I love her videos, and I've been using a lot of my, I'm doing a lot of weights with her as well on my Peloton. I do not have time to, go out and go to the gym, and it was kind of a little expensive for me to have a personal trainer. I was paying the personal trainer, $50 a session, which was getting very expensive for me. So I actually decided, and my husband actually gave me a Peloton, and I started exercising, and I absolutely love it. This is not a sponsored video by any means. Again, going to the point that I was going to talk to you guys about is how to cope with stress and anxiety. So first and foremost, of course, drinking water, lots and lots of water. Water can prevent you from having the virus or bacteria fight the disease. It's a very big strength. So I actually drink 1 gallon of water a day. Don't ask me how and why, I just do it. And I've been doing it for the last several years. And I probably increase my water intake. If you are drinking coffee, caffeine, or any other caffeine products, make sure you're adding that amount to your water intake, because remember, coffee and green tea or other types of tea, even if it's decaf, still is a very strong and powerful diuretic. So by any means, you do not want to jeopardize your water intake. This is tip number 1. Tip number 2 is exercise, no matter what. You do not need an expensive machine or a Peloton. You are going to not meet people, but that doesn't mean you cannot go for a brisk walk, or you cannot go for a run early in the morning when there is nobody in the street. You absolutely can do that. You are going to definitely exercise. Another thing that I have felt is yoga. Yoga keeps me together. I mean, I cannot tell you what yoga does for me. I come back home. If I am not able to do a yoga session in the morning, I usually come back home and I take 10 or 15 minutes of my time to do yoga sessions. I can definitely download or give you some insights on some of the yoga positions or yoga rituals, which are simple but can help alleviate stress and anxiety. These are purely meant to help. I even do it during my lunch session. So usually I have a lunch session for an hour. I sometimes I'm not able to take a complete lunch session. What I do is I keep a board and I write there, lunch in progress, please do not knock unless it is urgent. And I put it in front of my door. So people, before knocking on my door, I have that hour to myself. Yes, in doing that, you're probably going to stay a little longer at your office to catch up on your work, but that's okay, because that hour is essential for me, for my health, for my improvement of handling stress, anxiety. Yes, we were trained during our professional life to handle 40-hour calls. I know that. But still, that 40-hour call is not the same thing as fighting a real life situations. Because there you have a lot of help, but here you're kind of helpless on your own. And no matter how much social distancing you do, you cannot alleviate the stress, because what are we going to do as human beings? You are going to, go and meet people, talk about that, do counseling sessions. You can, of course, do counseling sessions. Number 3, call your friends, call your family, do Skype sessions. Meeting with the people is not allowed, So Skype, the virus cannot spread through Skype, bacteria cannot spread through Skype. So you can absolutely do a Skype session. Now, these things that I'm telling, I'm using as my spontaneous judgment. I do not have it scripted because I do not have time for scripting any of this. So my whole idea of the video today is to kind of just cause like making feel relaxed, how you can combat through this. Number 4, stop checking your Facebook, your YouTube, your computer, your messages every hour. Stop doing that. No, the world is not going to change if you check that message after 6 hours. Set yourself a time when you are going to check your messages on Facebook or any other messenger or whatever. I usually choose 2 times when I check my phone, and this is something I will be doing a separate video altogether as to how to break social media addiction, which is basically a crazy thing. Yoga can help a lot. The other thing is you need to specify a time by which you're going to check the messages at that time. For me, it's lunch session. I assign half an hour to check my messages and return messages. I do wear an Apple Watch. I'm not wearing an Apple Watch. When I'm at home, I do not wear an Apple Watch. Specifically because there was a study that was done which showed every time you are checking your messages, every time you're checking your phone, your brain is considering that as a work that you're doing. And that is not good for the brain to be constantly at work. There is something called do nothing, and which is completely fine. And I have seen that I actually was getting addicted to social media. This is like last year, I think, when I launched my YouTube channel. I would go to my YouTube channel, and to be truthful, I was checking my videos like how many views did I have. No, I don't go there. I don't check any views. It's not something that I need to do on an everyday basis. I probably check it once a week. My husband probably checks it a little bit more often because he edits my videos a lot of times because I do not have the time for that. But stop checking, stop going to the TV every hour and seeing what's going on in the world. That's not going to help your situation in any way or means. Please assign every 3-hour mode or something to know what's going on. I even took a whole day break yesterday. So yesterday, after I came home, I said, today is my day, and I actually choose the day. One day in a week, I decide I'm not going to go to any social media sites. I'm not going to check my messages. My family is already with me. My husband keeps his phone on at all times. I switch off my phone. I switch off my iPad. I switch off anything I might have. I go into a complete vegetative state, and I go vegetate. I read lots of books. I'm a very avid reader. I read a lot of journals, medical journals, just to gather knowledge. I read a lot of storybooks. I read a lot of facts fiction, all types of books. I try to, keep myself grounded during all these sessions. What I also do, I call my parents to know how they are doing. I call my mother-in-law to see how she is doing, or any of my friends as to how they are doing. If you are in that mode, then you are not going to be as stressed out instead of the fact that you're checking your messages all the time. Again, after I come home from work, I do the yoga session, I take a shower, I have, some time to myself, and then I do check my messages again for half an hour. Mostly those are YouTube messages which are sent, or DMs which are sent, which are urgent. If a lot of my viewers and subscribers know that I'm not able to reach out to them on Facebook or YouTube, and I please, my apologies. I have long days. I do not have the time to go and check all the messages. I do read all of the messages. I usually give a thumbs up if I've read the message. That means I have read the message, and that's exactly what I do. Now, if there is a question about a specific topic or discussion or anything, I do answer that during when I'm checking my DMs or messages. But in a matter of day, I can get 1,000 DMs, and I usually sort them. And if there is nothing urgent, I just send a thumbs up. That means I've read the message. You got the point. I took your message seriously. I have jotted down the question. I'm going to address the question. So that's another thing which is very, very, very important. The next thing that I'm going to do is relaxing close to nature. You guys already know my name of my YouTube channel is Doc Nature Lover, and on Instagram I'm known as Nature Lover Keep Smiling. I post 1 to 2 pictures a day possibly on Instagram because I don't have time for so much pictures, and that's okay. It's not that everybody needs to see my picture. I do whatever makes me happy. I don't do things what will make you happy, because keeping yourself happy is the trick to be happy in life. If you think that you're going to live your life keeping other people happy, it's not going to happen. And I tell that again and again to everybody I meet, every friend I have, that I live for the moment. If I am in a pub with my husband, I don't drink alcohol. But if I'm in a pub, I will probably have a tonic water or something, and I'm going to just relax and be in the pub at that time. If I am working on my computer, I completely take my phone off, because I do not want any messages to distract me when I'm working at home or I'm answering emails. No, that's not possible. So I kind of keep myself happy with whatever I'm doing. If I'm having, say a beauty session with my daughter, I sometimes go to Ulta or Sephora with my daughter, and that's our favorite way of bonding and relaxing. We just, experiment with makeup. We look at eyeshadow palettes. We do things like that. Again, I keep my phone completely off when I'm going into the store, so that I can have that hour of time I have with my daughter. It's just between me and my daughter, and it's not being distracted by anything else going on in my life at that time. So keep yourself happy. That's very, very important. I do watch a lot of TV, but not channel news per se. So I would probably watch an episode of Friends, or I would watch my favorite, Desperate Housewives or something. That's going to be relaxing for me and not going to be stressful, because anyway, my work is way too stressful. I cannot have any more stress going on. So that's very, very, very important for me. I also believe that if you are happy, you're going to keep the people around you very, very happy. I'm going to take you around the house and show you a few things that makes me happy, and I keep myself happy doing that. So the first and foremost thing that makes me happy is making my bed in the morning. That's one of my favorite things. I do spend 5 minutes on doing that. When I wake up in the morning, I don't go out of bed yet until I have done a few breathing things, because the breathing helps me in knowing that I'm still alive, and I cherish that moment of life. I get out of bed, I stretch myself a little bit, I brush my teeth, and then I come back and I make my bed. I love doing my bed in the morning. If I do not make my bed, I just don't feel happy about it. Another thing what I do is, before I start my exercise or jogging sessions, I do open all the curtains in my house, because that's very, very important for me. If the curtains are already open, that's fine. I'll just turn on the blinds and I'll just, kind of relax and do whatever I need to do at that time. And then after that, after doing my bed, I'm actually feeling very good. I usually take my turmeric shot or something, which I am doing a video on that. I'm going to edit and upload it soon. Some of these videos were already done a while back, but I could not have time to edit because I was very busy with work and everything going on. So I do that definitely. Also, I get into a very nice, cozy clothes if I'm at home on the weekend. If I'm going to the office, of course, I'm going to be in office attire. But if I'm at home, I usually wear like, like a very comfortable jumper. I'm wearing right now a very, very cozy and comfortable jumper, comfortable pajamas, and whatnot. So anything that makes me happy. I have my sunscreen on because I can go to the porch anytime. I have put a little bit of eyeshadow today. Usually I do not put any eyeshadow or any kind of makeup. I did have a tinted moisturizer and I put a little bit of eyeshadow and I have a little bit of lip balm because I just felt good. Whatever makes you happy, remember, you are getting ready for yourself. You are not getting ready for others. If you look yourself in the mirror and you feel good about yourself, you are going to feel a lot better. So that's very, very important. So it doesn't matter if you're going out or whatever you're doing. If you need to put a tinted moisturizer, and I can list below all the things that I use. I buy a lot of things on Amazon, unfortunately. I do not have time to go out all the time, which is another thing. And then, of course, after I have that, I eat a very good breakfast and then, whatever I need to do. So I'm going to show you a few things that you can also do to kind of organize your life a little bit better, which is going to help with a lot of things and keeping you in order. I do not like clutter in my house. So I have everything in my house organized in a way I can find it very simply and easily. On my next video, I will be going over how I unclutter my life and my life. How do I organize myself? How do I organize my office? How do I organize my table? How I organize my desk, my vanity case? How I keep my makeup organized? So that's something I will be talking to you about. But before I leave on this video note, I do want to mention that I will try to do a lot of videos because right now I'm hunkered down. I'm in my house, in my favorite comfy clothes, and I'm just loving that I'm sharing these moments with you. These are absolutely informal moments. I'm just sitting down and just kind of relaxing with my favorite subscribers, with my close friends and family. These moments are amazing and truly, truly beautiful and happening for me. Take care, guys. Happy watching. If you like the content, please do not forget to give me a thumbs up. If you do not like the video, please put a thumbs down so I know that you did not like it. If you like the content of the video, please comment below. And if you want anything else that you want me to address during this time, please comment below. Thank you for watching. Have a blessed day. I hope we can sail through every disaster, every calamity, everything that we can have in our lives possible. Keep staying happy yourself and keep others happy. Take care.